very good evening to you on this lovely summer's evening in the UK. This is Mark, Friday evening. Let's roll. So, it's a quiet day on trading. There's not a lot of range on the Dow, not a lot of range on the DAX. Not very exciting. They're at highs. It's all very dull out there. US dollar JPY, I've got my alarm on that 101 level. We just can't seem to crack it. We're getting close. We're getting close. We had a little sniff below it today, but we've bounced back up it. Bounce back up over it. I want to see it. I still want to see that go lower and hold below it for more than sort of 5 or 10 minutes. We haven't really had many closes on the 15-minute candles below that, so that's still on my watch list. Anyway, a bit of a UK special today. I'm going to point out some of the shares that have been moving the past week, so we can put them on our watch list. Well, I will be putting them on my watch list going into next week. So that's not the right G4S. So G4S, security company, runs a lot of private prisons and all that sort of stuff. Look at that huge move up on that. A monster move on that. Let's look at the 1 day. Monster move up, consolidated. Pulled back a little bit, but it's less than 50%. If we put one of my little retracement tools on there, it's not a fib. It's just a 25, 75, 50. You can see that we haven't quite retraced to the 50% yet. So that's pretty interesting. And on a 15-minute, it's just consolidated, held that 50% level twice. So definitely got that on my watch list for further upside next week. And if we move on to another DFS, the furniture company, we all know that one, the annoying adverts that come out every time they've got a sale on. It's a thin one, this, not for day trading, but look, it's spiked up. Brexit gave it a smash, but it's now spiked back up, and it looks like it could be clawing things back up. Bit of caution with that because the volume's very low on it. It's very illiquid. It's one of those ones that you've got to be careful of. But it's flagged up on my scan because it's up so much. So keep my eye on that, but I probably won't be trading it. Ocado is the other one. This is heavily shorted and has been up an awful lot this week. And you know what? We're in this situation. We've got this longer term downtrend, which we've just coming up to here. We've pushed off quite heavily off that low, that 200, 210 low. We've tagged the 300. We're forming a little bit of a wedge. We are temporarily overbought. Have to admit that. If we look at the Keltner, we are out the Keltner. So what's my plan for this? Well, you know what? I'd like to see a bit of a further move. Let's just see if it pulls back, congests a little bit, and then as another goes to the upside. And I'm going to coincide with checking to see if the hedge funds are still short on that. If I find that they are starting to close some of that short off, then there may be some more upside. But if they're adding to it, then obviously fundamentally in their eyes it hasn't changed. Not that it matters from a trading perspective, but it's something to bear in mind that this could just be a bit of a dead cat and we could just be pushing back lower. Last time we pushed back up and tagged that trend line, that was it. We just drifted lower and lower again. So the good thing is it's a key level. It's moved quite aggressively. It's at the top of that Keltner. I'd love to see how it performs. Maybe if it double tops at 300 again, it might be a short opportunity. That may be a better play for it because it is a weak stock and have to respect the longer term time frames, which on this is pretty dire. So anyway, point is it's on my watch list. Final one for you guys before we head off to the weekend is Boohoo should I say, online retailer, fashion retailer. Look at this, what a chart. 11 months now. What a chart. Went down to just above 20 and now it's ripping up to 82. I don't know why that is. It's obviously something that people are excited about. But again, very overbought. But it's hugging that top Keltner, which is very bullish and looks like it's very thin liquidity as well. Well, not that thin, but it's not that thick. So in other words, if everyone's piling in to buy it, then there's not much to stop it. I want to see a pullback on that. I've definitely got a flag up on something like a 5-period moving average, 20-period moving average, just to try and frame that pullback. Let's get those back on there. Try and frame that pullback. If we start getting a couple of days of pullback, definitely want to look to buy that because it just looks strong. And if you look historically, we have 3 reds, 3 reds, 3 reds. About 3 reds is the most we've had. So Definitely on my watch list. That's very, very strong stock. So G4S is the first one, DFS, Ocado, and then Boohoo. Those were my big movers to the upside on the UK exchange this week. Have a great weekend, guys. See you on Monday.